The OUYA controller, can it work on the Switch? So I just did a video about the PS5 controller working on the Switch, and I was genuinely surprised how compatible the PS5 controller was. Not only did it hook up right away, it had full motion controls, it had rumble support and all that good stuff. So then I thought to myself, what is the worst wireless controller I have in my collection? And that would be this one. It is a Bluetooth controller that came packed with this system here, the OUYA, a kind of failed Android-based console device from 2013, I believe. It's a bad controller for many reasons, the least of which being this weird faceplate design where one AA battery needs to go on each side of the controller. Now, from a design perspective, I can't say I fully understand this decision, but what often winds up happening is these buttons get trapped underneath the faceplate. It's also not that responsive of a Bluetooth controller. I know this for a fact, having tried to use this on the PC at one point. But we're not worried about what's practical here. We're worried about whether or not we can use this on the Switch, so let's test it out. Moment of truth. We're going to put this into pairing mode and see what happens. I think you got to hold it until there's 2 lights blinking. I think that's pairing mode for this guy. So we'll see if this actually connects with the Switch. I will be... Oh, my God. Yeah, I think it does. Let's go ahead and test this out. Yeah, it seems to be working. So, fired up Metroid Prime here. One immediate flaw is that I had this set to motion controls, and obviously there's no gyroscope or anything like that in this old, terrible controller. The problem is there's no start button to get me into the settings to change that, and I can't go back to the Switch home menu here, so that's kind of a big flaw of this guy. All right, so I pulled it off the dock so that I could get into the settings and change the control scheme back to dual stick. So let's go ahead and dock it back up and try again. And I actually forgot that there's some major flaw with Metroid Prime, at least the copy I have, where if it's docked on a TV, everything goes into this weird, like, slow-mo. So this isn't actually due to the controller, I don't think, anyway. We'll go ahead and do something a little less flawed and try Super Mario Odyssey. Okay. So I can say that it works. It works as far as, like, you can control Mario. Now, you have no ability to pause the game or to go into the Switch home menu. And I don't know if you can tell here from the video, but there's, like, an ever so slight input delay. It's not the worst that it could be, but it's definitely enough that it would probably make a game like this extremely difficult. But nonetheless, we answered the question. Can you use an OUYA controller on the Switch? Sure. Don't know why you would do it. Maybe you hate yourself. But you can do it.